Welcome back, sci-fi fans, and happy Friday night to those of you who celebrate.
Those of you with no children.
Well, some people have to get up and go to work in the morning.
Yeah, not me. Not right now.
No,
Yes,
almost never.
Almost never. Not usually. Don't like working 6 days a week. It's not fun.
Well, you did have that
It's
one
not
movie
nice.
where your weekend was like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, that's happened a few times actually.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's literally the worst.
Well, it makes it hard to come visit.
It does. Makes it very hard to visit.
So we're just gonna hang out, and I'm gonna give people a minute to hop in the chat. I need to fix a couple of my text logos here, but what have we got going on? Like I know that
We are
we
gonna
got
see
there's
Superman. We're gonna
we
go see
are that's
Superman.
an out of town trip. Of course, Rose says if he was advising someone that had to drive a long ways to go see it, he wouldn't go see it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, but like he's a really, really big Man of Steel. Like that's his jam, right?
He does like Man of Steel, yes.
Okay, so maybe it's just that he doesn't compare well for him.
Maybe. I mean, thing is I think Man of Steel is a well made movie. I just don't like that particular portrayal of Superman.
Right.
I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I still don't love that movie.
Yeah.
I actually think Henry Cavill is that version of Superman works out better in some of the other movies, even though I don't particularly like them.
Yeah.
Let's see. So topics tonight, we're going to be talking Andor, the second arc from the second season.
Mm-hmm.
So the French resistance arc.
Yes, like that language even sounds like French.
Yeah. The Gormans.
Yeah, like it couldn't have been much more on the nose if they'd tried.
No, I mean it's way intentional.
It wasn't just like, oh, this is like resistance. It's like, no, this is the French resistance.
What I think I think they could have been a little less on the nose with it.
Yeah,
but
the
I don't.
Language
don't
didn't
mind
have
it.
to sound like.
But we're
French.
not getting into that yet. But well, first thing it made me think about. You remember the little kid in the planet they go to on Skeleton Crew that's just like theirs. Not the one they end up hanging out with not the girl, but the other one that's there, the younger kid with the like strong French accent.
That's funny. Yeah.
So we're also going to talk a little about rumored Indiana Jones reboot and just kind of reboots in general for a few minutes. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that because it's all speculation and rumor, and who knows if there's any truth to it. But we do know that Disney just acquired a massive catalog. And so we do know that
another massive catalog.
Yeah, well, there's some other things. We'll get into that in a minute. There's some other stuff there. They may be about to acquire more.
How much stuff can they acquire before the government breaks them up?
Well, they can acquire IPs.
Yeah.
Really with no issue. The issue is, so like Sony started buying theaters, right? They bought, I forget which one they bought, but they bought a franchise, a chain. I don't remember which one they bought. Alamo, maybe, I'm not sure, but they bought one. Well, if Disney, from my understanding, Disney's holdings, it's not the quantity of IPs they own. That's really not an issue. It's so when they bought Fox, it wasn't just the catalog of IPs.
It was a studio.
It's a studio. It's a massive holding, and it's some things they didn't own previously. When they bought Lucasfilm, sure, you bought a bunch of IPs, but you also bought things like ILM. So that's where the problems come in, and I think one of the problems may come in for them. I'm probably a little loud there. I think one of the problems may come in for them in, I think if Disney were to go, yeah, we're going to buy celebrity theaters. And nobody listening to me right now knows what celebrity theaters is because it's a Louisiana owned chain. I don't think they exist outside Louisiana.
Really?
I know of they're from Baton Rouge. It's a Baton Rouge company. I know there's at least one there. There's one in Ruston.
Oh, okay. It's not Celebrity Theaters.
It's not Celebrity? Mm-hmm. Am I thinking of a different one?
Yeah. I think. Well, now. In Ruston.
Yeah,
Okay, it
Celebrity
is. I'm sorry.
Theater.
I was thinking that other little town that's adjacent to Ruston, Monroe. I was
Monroe?
thinking the one in Monroe.
Little town?
I
I
mean,
mean, it's not a big town, but it's bigger than Natchez.
yeah.
So yeah, Celebrity Theaters. Just
Okay.
say, instead of naming one of the, instead of like
Right.
AMC, because
Right.
like obviously that's going to be an issue if somebody like Disney goes, yeah, we're buying AMC,
Right.
or any of the Cinemark.
Right.
But like, let's say
Legal.
they want to buy, Celebrity Theaters, or they want to go around and they want to buy up a number of regional. So in Louisiana, they buy up Celebrity, and then they go to some other states and buy up whatever their small, more regional theaters are.
Mhm.
At that point, they're going to have crossed a line, and I suspect they're going to get broke up.
Yeah.
And at that point, they're going to come in and they're going to, at that point, they're going to come in and they're going to look at everything.
Right. Which they really don't want.
Right. So, that's kind of where that is, but there's some talk, but let's, I kind of wanted to just give it a minute. I needed to get a couple of text things ready, which I've got ready. Nobody's in the chat. It's 11:15 on a Friday night. I didn't really expect anybody to drop in here.
Actually, I didn't get Friday night. There we go. There we are. I found us.
So we are live. Oh, look, one person's in our chat. It's Marisha.
It is.
So anyway, plug this real quick. You can head over to the T Public store. Somebody bought a shirt. If you bought that shirt and you're listening to the show, like message us on Twitter and say, "Hey, look, we bought one of your shirts."
Yeah,
we'd love to know that.
Nick is here, but he's mowing his lawn, dude. Your neighbors are not going to be your friends.
Well, it's much earlier.
That's right. You're right. Okay, it's 11:30 at night here.
He's further west and further north, so it's probably
neighbors would kill me if I went out and mowed my lawn right now.
Well, it's been dark for 2.5 hours here.
That's true. Okay, that's right. I forgot he was in that other time zone.
I'm here, but mowing my lawn. That's the first. I ain't done that one before.
Yeah, that was good.
That's the kind of stuff I send to people. Like, I am listening, but I can't chat.
Yeah,
it's like on Mondays, like. My Monday walk, because I go like for a 4 to 5 mile walk every day that I can. And on Mondays at 5:30, Force of Light, one of our fellow Red Fivers, goes live. And so I get to like hang out. I get to listen to them
right
for the most of the time I walk, but I can't really chat.
Yeah.
Because, I don't want to fall down one of those hills.
Right. Fall down the hill and into the river.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good.
Kerplunk.
I'm a pretty good swimmer, but I don't want to go in that river when it's that deep.
No, that wouldn't be nice.
No. So anyway, let's jump on into some topics here.
All right.
Our first topic is you want to talk about Indiana Jones, or you want to talk about Andor first?
Dealer's choice.
Let's
you want to know better than to ask me a question like
talk,
that. I don't care.
I gotta figure. Okay, so I got Nick's chat stuck on the screen here. Apparently I have to get rid of that before it'll show me my other stuff.
Okay.
Indiana Jones. So there's a lot of rumors going around. I want to be like real clear, like rumors.
Mm-hmm.
This is all speculative. I don't even think I believe it. But like, it wouldn't surprise me. They bought this property. They've been determined to make some money with it. Harrison Ford kind of, gave his last bow in this last movie. I think he's done with the character. I think he loves that character. I think he's done with that movie.
I think he's done with anything that physically demanding.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's like 90 years old.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ubaldo, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. I wasn't sure who we would see this late on a Friday evening, but good to see
other people with kids
here in the chat. Yeah. People who are at home on Friday night, but just general thoughts. Like, they're saying reboot, and reboot these days, 20 years ago, if I heard reboot, it meant that they were starting over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, reboot these days can also mean a retooling, a continuation. We've got new King of the Hill episodes. So happy about that. It makes me so happy. Like, I got Futurama back, and it's been good, and I'm getting King of the Hill back. I'm so excited about that. But, it's a reboot.
Right.
It picks up 10 years later, and it's a reboot, but it's all the original people, at least the characters that they still have. And, so we're doing, so reboot doesn't mean like throw everything, like this is all done, now we're going to start over. Now, which would you rather them do? Would you rather them go back to the 1940s and say, this is your new, we're just recasting?
No.
By the way, I saw someone say this. I'm not going to tell you that I came up with this. I saw this. This is hysterical. Somebody said Alden Ehrenreich has the chance to do the funniest thing ever.
Okay. I would watch Alden Ehrenreich as Indiana Jones.
I really appreciate Alden Ehrenreich as an actor. I don't know that he's Indiana Jones.
I would watch it. I'd still watch it.
I don't think he's the worst choice.
No.
I think there are far worse choices.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicole, welcome to the chat. Well, all the people stuck at home, still up on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure who all we had run into.
Yeah.
Other
people who were like, what they call it, like revenge.
You said your eyes are supposed to be sleeping. Dollars to donuts, they aren't. But in fairness, like, we closed the door and hit record. So, like you said, go to bed, and then walked in here and hit record. So, yeah, pretty sure they're not going to bed. But which would you rather them do? Indiana Jones. Would you rather get we're going to go back and we're just going to scrap it all?
No.
And we're going to start over and tell all new stories.
No. Okay, so
or worse, tell the same stories.
Oh, no.
You're like reimagining, right? For God. A modern audience.
Oh God, it hurts.
Yeah, right? No, it does. And this this is when I hear we're going to reboot Indiana Jones. That's what I hear. We're going to retell all your favorite stories, but told for a modern audience. And part of me dies inside.
Yeah. Okay, so the only way I see them being able to pull that off is basically what they did with Solo, where they go in, basically find a season between when the Young Indiana Jones series ends and when the first Indiana Jones movie starts. So, he can meet Marion, he can do, I don't know that that's a good idea. I don't
try to squeeze something between the Young Indiana Jones series and the first Indy movie.
I mean, I really don't see any other way that
you can't do stuff after.
Right.
Now, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if I want, we're going to reboot, but like, I think I'm more in favor of a reboot in that we're going to jump forward in time and somebody's going to pick up Dr. Jones's work.
Yeah. That I think that basically, but 007 it.
Right. I like that, but I'm also, part of me goes, does the formula work? Like, does the formula that worked for the 1930s and 40s, does it work
in the 70s?
In the 70s, 80s, 2000s?
I mean,
I skipped 90s, which was kind of weird because that's when I grew up. But
on the one hand, I mean, we're about the same distance removed now from, we're about the same distance removed now from the 70s as they were from the 40s, or the 30s, whenever they started this whole thing.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, the kind of objects they're generally looking for, I mean, the fact that we're 60 years later, 70 years later, not a big jump. Like when we talk about, we're looking for objects from thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. My problem is, does moving forward into a more technologically advanced age kind of do something to the adventure formula? And I mean, honestly, you've got the Nathan Drake stuff. That's Uncharted, right? So you got stuff like that still works. But like everything all of the best things that have ever been, the closest thing for me, the closest thing to ever like approaching Indiana Jones is the first Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
But we're in that era. We're backing up into
Brendan Fraser's Mummy. That's like 1910.
yeah, but it's early 1900s.
Yeah.
It's not 2000s or even
Mhm.
late 1900s. That's
Yeah.
a big difference. Like technology. I mean, gosh, look at the technology increase in airplanes. Like 1910, like you barely had anything. I mean, it's new.
Mhm.
And 60 years later, we're going to space. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, when you jump it forward into the technology part of it, like, what does, and honestly, I agree, Nick. Short Round All Grown Up,
This I would watch.
because the actor has had such a resurgence and he's so enjoyable.
Honestly, I really
I think that, in fact, they might have waited too long. They should have. It's when he like blew up again, like what, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
They should have said, "Oh yeah, we're going to make a new Indiana Jones movie with."
I mean, he's won an Academy Award. Like, I still think it's kind of like Brendan Fraser. Like, everybody's like, "Oh, we loved him." Like, we forgot about him for 30 years, but we loved him.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you could bring several people in. I mean, some people are gonna like choke on their drink or whatever they're eating when I say this, but like Shia LaBeouf has really matured as an actor.
Yeah.
Since he did that Indiana Jones film.
Yeah, he's kind of poisoned right now, though.
So what?
I mean, I think they want somebody more bankable.
They're not so big of he's not so big of a poison that they're not scared to put his wife in the new Star Wars movie.
Who's he married to?
I'm gonna blank. I can't think of her name. If anybody can beat me to it in the chat, Mia Goth.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, I didn't realize that's who he was married to.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But like
She's
he's also decided that he's very, very Catholic and a number of other things that have made Hollywood kind of shun him a little bit. But like,
yeah,
dude's talented, and the last, I mean, if you haven't seen the movie Peanut Butter Falcon, please go watch it.
Yeah,
such a great movie. And then he's done a couple of other like really mature roles, like grown-up roles, and he's not the same person he was when he did Transformers or the first Indiana Jones movie. Like, he's really grown up as an actor.
Wait, what new Star Wars movie?
Starfighter.
Oh, I didn't. Is that a thing?
Yeah, so we can actually talk about that, but I don't want to interrupt because I'm trying to keep my topic straight. But I will mention it. It is a let's see, I'm trying blanking. It's Ryan Gosling, Mia Goth.
Really?
Yeah. Sean Levy directing.
Oh my gosh.
Like, actually, I mean, like, I'm sold on this. Sean Levy did one of my favorite sci-fi movies over the last 10 years. And what's the one on Netflix? With Walker Scobell.
Oh yeah. Adam Project.
The Adam Project.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So it's 9:20. Let's see. Nick says, so it's 9:28. Just finished mowing. My neighbors are mowing as well. It's fire season and 103 degrees today. Yeah, it was really hot here today. But every day this week, I've gone, when I get off work today, I got to mow the grass. And about 4:00, it pours rain.
It's true. Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I'm going to have to let it dry up again tomorrow. And then it dries up and I'm like, I'll mow. And then like these storms, like no rain in the forecast. And here it comes every day.
Yeah. It's kept it from being, I mean, I guess it hasn't really kept it cooler.
Ubaldo, I don't know where you're at, but that's hot. We were about like 106, 107 today.
It's not nice.
No, it's not.
I just don't, every year I'm like, it wasn't this hot last year. This is worse. It's worse. Yeah. I'm just convinced that it's worse than it's ever been. But yeah, it's just not nice.
let's see. So
Indiana Jones. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I think best option is they, like bum short round is picking up the mantle. I think that's the best movie. I
yeah,
think that's the movie that the most people tune in to see. And why not? Like if they're gonna recast Indiana Jones, I mean, it's perfect on
right.
so many different levels.
Yeah. Now the names that are being thrown around, and that is one of the reasons I want to talk about because there are some names being thrown around.
Hmm.
It's Chris Evans and Glenn Powell being the two most frequent that I'm seeing thrown around with these rumors.
Okay.
Now, like, I don't think Chris Evans is right for the part. But he can carry a movie.
Yeah.
He can pull off someone from this generation like
Yeah.
he's done it for the
Yeah.
last 20 years.
Hmm.
I don't hate it,
Yeah.
but I don't love it. And then Glenn Powell's a really new commodity, but is really coming on strong.
Hmm.
Um, he's kind of falling into that same category as
Matthew McConaughey.
Will McConaughey and
I mean, he's kind of,
and,
he's
and
really
and
kind of
even
lived
like a
up.
Ryan Gosling, like somewhere in that role, like he's in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Um,
really kind of been living up um, the like yeehaw cowboy kind of image. So, ooh,
hey, Gannon, thanks for joining the chat and listening to us while you're at work. Um, you're celebrating Friday night in a totally different way than the rest of us, and
it's true.
we're celebrating it by doing this and eating General Tso's chicken for dinner.
It's true. It's pretty good.
Um,
Pretty dang good.
so
Yeah.
um,
Oh, I love Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I know it's kind of
So, like,
against.
are there any other names? And of course, the one of the fan ones that's out there, and honestly, I like him. I think, but is Chris Pratt, and in some ways, I like Chris Pratt in the role better than I like Chris Evans in the role.
Yeah.
And Glenn Powell could be great, but I'm still like kind of torn on it. Oh man, the General Tso's was great. We don't have a Chinese restaurant here in town anymore, and I learned to cook it a couple of months ago now, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I love cooking it, but man, Chinese cooking requires a lot of ingredients.
Yeah. That one does for sure. Plaza Classic Film Festival is showing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade on the 19th.
What?
It was two different messages. There was a gap in there.
This one just says they're showing Indians.
Yeah, probably not.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, I love it.
So, like, what is your like? I don't want to really like go too much deeper into this because it's so heavily speculation. Are there any names that spring to mind? I mean, I think my favorite option is I agree with Nick. Let's elevate Short Round, bring him back, picks up Dr. Jones's work.
He's proven that he can do gravitas as well as being. He is legitimately funny, but he can also, he can pull off serious actor.
Yeah, he can do both. And he's done a little bit of stuff. There's some action.
Yeah.
So I think he can pull off all of it. Now, if we're doing grown up Short Round, we're obviously still moving forward. We're leaving the Nazis behind and moving forward into the Cold War, which we already kind of did.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's already where we were kind of at with the fourth movie. I don't hate that. I still think the 30s and 40s is like more just classic era for the adventure movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Now, what would you think? Like, what about? Yeah, I mean, my thing is we could even skip a couple. We could even skip an entire generation though and move forward. We don't have to move forward and carry anybody forward with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, say I mentioned that. I must have mentioned that before you jumped in. Saying he really has really grown up as an actor. Shia LaBeouf would be, I don't hate the idea. I don't hate the idea of having him and what is
Him
his
and
name?
who plays? Yeah.
Ke Huy Quan.
Yes.
Yes. So Ke Huy Quan. I mean, I'm okay with like if we want to bring both of them in some capacity.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd watch it.
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's better than like, here's your new,
See, the thing is when they give me when they say Glenn Powell, Chris Evans, Chris Pratt, I kind of go, okay, you're just looking to recast Harrison Ford. The
Yeah.
problem is all those guys are too old to play the early era Harrison Ford you were talking about.
Yeah. I mean,
And I
guess
don't
you
really
could
know who there is. I mean,
conceivably.
unless you're going to go get Tom Holland, I don't even know who exists in that younger bracket that can pull off a lead. Walker Scobell's too young.
Yeah.
Won't be forever.
And not much.
Dude's.
I mean, how old was Sean Patrick Flannery when they finished Young Indiana Jones? Like 20 something?
Yeah, Zaganin says, I'm worried that swinging with the monkeys would ruin some people's goodwill toward Shia. Like, it ruined a lot of my goodwill with that movie. I don't hate that movie. There's some good things about that movie, but yeah, the swinging through the trees with the monkeys was the moment where I went, what are we doing? Like, I can no longer take this seriously. But I don't know. Shia's a solid actor. It really would be a matter of whether he would want to come back. And I just honestly don't know. I don't know if Disney wants to work with Shia.
Yeah. No, Tom Holland is already messing up Uncharted. Or I think that may have just been a one-off. And it doesn't seem like that's really doing anything else.
Yeah. And I wasn't saying I think it should be Tom Holland. I just, when you get into that age bracket, talking someone to play Indiana Jones between Sean Patrick Flannery and Harrison Ford, like in the early days, like we need somebody in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And
20s,
I don't know,
early 30s.
And I don't know who that is. And I'm not saying that guy's not out
British.
there. Like, if that guy's out there,
yeah,
then please go get him. I don't necessarily need a known commodity in this role if you can find somebody that can pull it off.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the transition from Harrison Ford to someone else playing Indy is probably easier if we don't necessarily know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I tend to think that the observation that Nathan Fillion should have been Nathan Drake was. I think you're not the only person that.
No, I mean Nathan Fillion also thought he should be,
yeah,
play the character, which is why he made that short film, which is awesome.
Yeah. Oh no, this could be interesting. Sean Patrick Flannery has sons. Do they act? I mean, I don't know. I do love me some young Indiana Jones, though.
I mean, my concern is it's Disney and they're going to hire Pedro. They're so overinvested in Pedro right now.
Yeah.
They might hire Pedro's brother. They might. You don't know.
You never know. You never know.
So your take, let's just kind of like our final take and then we'll move forward. So you think a younger actor fill in that gap?
I think either that or they just kind of pivot and hand off the mantle.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should try and recast Harrison Ford as
my first. So you would like a continuation, not a scrap the old and start again.
I think they should either fill in the gaps or they should continue the story.
Okay.
I don't think they should just like, and here's your new.
Okay.
Indiana Jones.
I'm of the same mind. I really don't want to start over. I don't want to like just start the franchise anew. Like I'm my first choice. I'm with Nick. Let's get Ki Hui Kwan in here and let him take over the reins. I think he has earned it at this point, and I think he's shown that he can carry it.
Yeah.
And then
the Alden Einrich Chronicles.
The what?
The Alden Einrich Chronicles.
Yeah. My other choice, I think, would be to actually skip an entire generation and move forward and maybe have someone totally unrelated to Indy pick up his work.
Yeah, like somebody just goes and finds something years later.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a viable. But I would like to see it like, I don't want to see. I don't want to see people on the internet.
Like something Indy's work is hidden, and we could have a whole adventure of trying to hunt down Indiana Jones's legacy, his more life's work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they're going to do. Now, here's where I'm at right now. I don't want this.
Yeah.
Not right now. I'm all for more Indiana Jones, and I'm all for more somebody else continuing the role. When Disney bought Fox, they bought up some really, really great properties in the sci-fi realm that I love. They bought up, they own things now like the X-Files, which they're rebooting. They own things like Space Above and Beyond. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite series, and even though it's one of my favorite sci-fi series, I never felt like it got the chance to be what it could be. And I've always wanted it to come back and get a reboot and be done right. Mm-hmm. I don't want this Disney. Like they own, like, I don't want Disney rebooting any of this under the current leadership. Like somehow I would much rather, because we know that things are not going particularly well over there right now.
Yeah.
We know that there are a number of people whose time is limited. Yeah. Bob Iger's time is limited. Bob Iger leaves before Kathleen Kennedy. Whoever comes in after Bob Iger is very likely to throw her out on her butt. Like,
hasn't Bob Iger retired like 3 times?
There are things that make me wonder sometimes if George Lucas dictated that they couldn't fire her as part of the deal.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, because I don't get it.
Why is she still at
the thing
job?
is like, she is an amazing movie producer. Mm-hmm. She is not a great studio runner. She is not a good studio head.
No.
There's 2 different jobs, 2 very different jobs. Mm-hmm. She's not a creative.
Yeah.
And she has spent the last however long Disney has owned it now trying to be a creative and dictating creativity when she shouldn't be. Somehow Bob Iger can't stay retired. Yeah. So
somehow Bob Iger has returned again.
Yeah, I don't know who they get to run it, but like, I would prefer that the reboots of major properties wait until the things are a little more like settled down.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, do you want a Firefly reboot?
No.
Like, because they own that now.
Right.
And there's been talk of it. And it's like, I absolutely want something new set in the Firefly universe. Like, you don't have to bring the original crew back. You can tell a whole new story. It's a big galaxy, and there's all kinds of cool stuff they could tell stories. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could even go back and see the Civil War. Mm-hmm. It'd be great.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, like, I don't want Disney making that right now.
No.
I want things to be way more rolling in the right direction before Disney starts rebooting classic franchises.
Any more classic franchises.
Yeah. Let's see. There was something back here. Oh, FYI, I love the Star Wars poster with Darth Vader. I assume you're talking about the one above Marisha's head back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so that's Scott Woodbridge.
Yes,
the artist. Yeah, I know his last name is Woodbridge. Those are some of our favorite Star Wars artists. I used to track him down at every convention we went to. And I hadn't managed to find him at the last couple, but I managed to. That one was from a Star Wars celebration we didn't go to. I got one from him at Star Wars Celebration Orlando last time it was there, and he actually like did a pen sketch of Vader's castle in the bottom corner for me, and then signed it. So we've got several works of his, and I love his work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere to put it all, but I could start rotating the one that's back here.
It's not Scott. What's his name? I'm going to see if I could find this information and put it in the Woodbridge Star Wars art. There we go. Is it Bradley?
No. Well, I will look it up before we get out of here. And maybe it's not Woodbridge. Is it Woodside?
Maybe it's Woodside, yeah.
Well, we'll figure it out in a minute. Hadn't seen them in a few years, but we're going to move on from Indiana Jones. I'm going to drop that text out of there if I can figure out how. So another thing we got coming up, anybody coming to Dragon Con you're excited about yet? Dragon Con is less than 2 months away.
I don't want to talk about it.
We're about 5 weeks. We're going to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
We're going to Dragon Con.
We are, but I've just got
and all
of
our friends in the chat are going to come meet us at Dragon Con.
Yay! Brent Woodside.
Brent Woodside. Wow, I really messed his name up.
Yep.
Brent Woodside and his wife also does some Star Wars art. I can't think of her name, but my daughter has at least one of hers. I think it's a Rey, or is it the Leia print?
It's a Leia print.
Beautiful stuff, and I'm gonna post a link to his stuff in the description for this episode if anybody wants to look it up. But Dragon Con, nobody's coming you're excited about yet?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Shatner's coming.
Shatner's coming, yeah.
And I have my bourbon ready. I mean, like, come on, my con is so much cooler than your con. We have our own bourbon. Like,
it's true.
And when we go, and like, I didn't order any this year, but when we go, there's Dragon Con mead. 2 different meaderies that make mead for Dragon Con. And
they sell a lot of alcohol. A lot.
I mean, like, I don't drink much alcohol.
A lot of alcohol.
But like, they always have, like, the stuff they have made for the show is always very good. This is the first, though. First year on this. I want to open it.
Okay. You gonna try it out?
Yeah. Just a little. Ooh, it smells good.
All right, so Dragon Con.
Are you trying
that's gonna be really good for your heartburn.
From a heartburn? I don't get heartburn, but man, the last couple weeks.
Used to didn't get heartburn.
Used to, yeah. Okay, fine. Take it.
That's good. It's really good.
No notes. Like, what'd you taste?
I don't know.
Bourbon. Oh man, I got bourbon all over me. It wasn't a very good pour.
It's good bourbon. I make a good old fashioned.
Ooh, forget the old fashioned. That's good, just like it is.
Yeah. Yes, come join us for Dragon Con.
We
will be there with 6 children.
That's very good.
Count
put
them.
The cat back on that.
We might need to bring that with us. We're taking 6 kids to Dragon Con.
Do what?
So we may need to take that with us as we're taking 6 kids to Dragon Con.
Whew, man, let me tell you, that's an adventure. And last year, Marisha was working. I took 6 kids to Dragon Con. My 3, and then my 2 nieces and a nephew, and the youngest was
7.
6.
6.
Yeah. Awesome. Gannon, you definitely need to come join us for Dragon Con.
We're hopping a skip from Atlanta too. We're like 8 hours from Atlanta. Or about 8 hours from Atlanta.
About 8 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a little closer than that.
Yes, Andrew won Uncle of the Year last year. Yeah, see, 1 hour and 10-minute flight. That's probably
See, that the problem for us flying is that we would have
8
to
of us.
drive 90 miles to get to the airport,
Right.
and then fly. And it's a really short flight.
Yeah.
After the, either the hour and a half to Baton Rouge or the 3 hours to New Orleans, and 2.5 to the airport in New Orleans.
Yeah.
But
not that fun.
By the time I can get everything together and drive to the airport, wait on my flight, sit at the gate, do all the stuff at the airport, I can pretty much drive over there. So.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper to drive with 8 people than just to fly.
True.
Yes. But I have promised Andrew that I will not work during Dragon Con this year.
Gannon, we do have a public airport, and we're working. Our city is working on. We used to have, when I was a kid, we had some commuter traffic, but we haven't in a good while. I mean, the airport's big enough. I mean, when I was a kid, they landed Air Force One out there, so I mean, like, it's not a bad size airport. You can actually, I believe, at least on old versions of the flight simulator, it's the Microsoft Flight Simulator, it is on there.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Hardy Anders Field, if you wanted to look that up. But yeah, we do have it. We currently do not have any. All we have coming out of there right now is private traffic, and I think the casino may own a plane, and a couple other businesses that own planes.
Just a little bit of commercial traffic would be phenomenal.
But
we fly to New Orleans, and
they're supposed to be getting us direct flights to Memphis, Dallas, and Atlanta is what they were working on.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
Memphis, Dallas, and Atlanta. I mean, you can,
well, if you can do
you
that,
go to heaven and hell through either Atlanta or Dallas. So
true. So yeah, if we could, the problem for us flying to con doesn't really work. One, because taking 8 people,
right?
But also how many cosplays did we take to Atlanta last year?
26.
That's
or
all?
32. Maybe it was 32.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was around 30.
And that's just kids. Like, me and Marisha didn't wear anything last year. But yeah, if you ever decide to come, let us know, and we will definitely connect at Dragon Con.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, allergies are getting me. My eyes. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, so if you haven't heard, we're working on starting a con of our own here in Natchez. Either next October or next November. So, still working on it.
Yes,
my accomplice in trying to plan this is run off to Oregon or Colorado or somewhere for a couple of weeks. So when he gets back, we'll get back on that.
Yeah.
But let's jump into our big topic real quick before you turn into a pumpkin.
I do that. I do that. No. Yeah. Whenever my grammar starts getting bad, the rest of me is about to.
I think you were looking for was I does do that.
Uh-huh. Yes. Spread words. Love it.
All right. Andor, season 2, second arc, episodes 4 through 6. The French Revolution has begun on Gorman. What happened?
Wait, hang on. I accidentally muted somebody. Gannon, no, I wasn't trying to mute you. I was trying to put.
Oh, did you delete, blue wrench him out of the chat?
I don't know. There he is. He just said something else. Okay, he just finished Andor today. I want to finish Andor. I didn't really want to be talking about it. I really want.
Well, we can go watch one when we're done here. We can go watch 2 or 3 when we're done here.
Watch them all.
Not all, no, because you don't function on less than 10 hours of sleep.
Whatever.
So we have.
True. Fortunately,
we have not finished it yet. Marisha was working when it started, and she watched some of it. I think we just now caught up to where she was. I didn't realize she was watching it. I didn't. So we're watching it now. Just finished the second arc. We're actually an episode into the next arc, but we're going to talk about 4 through 6. The Gorman. I'm sure Gorman is going to play a role through the
Mhm.
rest of the season. I think, big things are coming there from what I can tell. But we're obviously really playing on the French resistance.
I mean, yeah. Their accents sound French.
Mhm.
Like, okay, so this is another conversation, maybe for another time, but it always drives me just a little bit batty whenever sci-fi you go to another world and it's like, you know, the Middle Ages, or it's like feudal China, or I mean feudal Japan, and it's like, why do something, like, don't be so incredibly on the nose. I don't like the on the nosedness.
It's a little too on the nose.
It's a little too on the
Like, I
nose.
think you could have, like, the style of clothing,
Yeah,
the fact that we're going somewhere that's like um
a textile,
textiles, but
like a
like
fashion
a
center.
fashion center
Mhm.
of the galaxy.
Mhm. But they
It
didn't have to
was,
have French accents.
and right. So you could have taken any number of those things away
Mhm.
and it been a little less on the nose.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. It's fine. But like, it's not that George Lucas wasn't occasionally really on the nose too. Like,
that's true.
but maybe not quite this on the nose.
The Twi'leks also had a French Revolution and Bad Batch, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
But they didn't have French accents.
Well, they do have accents, but not French accents.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's Star Wars, not Stargate, but Stargate was really bad about that. Like SG-1 specifically, it was like, oh look, you could, yeah. Oh look, it's what that one society that were
Well, I
like,
think that's what he's
they were
saying
really the
is, like,
20s. Yeah.
Stargate could
Oh
do
yes,
that
yes.
because
Okay.
it was humanity that had
Right,
spread
right.
out.
Yes,
Like, but Star Wars is
yes. Please don't.
like, I don't
I thought you were telling me we were talking. I was like, I know we're talking about Star Wars.
forgive her. She's tired.
Yeah. Marisha's has been up, a whole 12 hours now.
Have you?
Yes, I have. I got up before noon today. I've been sleeping really late this summer. It's been nice.
Recovering from all that movie work.
Yeah. Andrew's getting kind of judgy though. Somehow he doesn't think it's cool whenever he gets up and goes and measures a half a dozen houses and comes home and I'm still in the bed.
Oh well.
You
But
know.
like, so this arc, like,
But other than that, which was a little bit like, okay, like it wasn't so notable the first time I watched it. The second time I watched it, I was like, guys, like
yeah.
this is real. But
what did you think about the arc overall?
overall, I think that it feels like a middle, like a middle movie.
Yeah, I think that's fair because it kind of is.
But I really think that they're doing an interesting job kind of showing you the progress that our characters are making. I think that they're continuing to do a really good job with character development. Nobody is staying stagnant on all of their everybody's motivations make sense.
Yes.
Like everyone's motivations is not sometimes,
Well, this is
sometimes
the thing lately, especially when you try to, like, when you try to when a postmodernist makes a movie and they try to stick to their worldview, and like, if you heard me talk, my contention and the general contention with postmodernism by those who don't buy it is that you can't adhere to it.
yeah.
That you can say there's no such thing as good and evil, but then you can't make truth claims, and eventually everyone's going to make a truth claim. So, like, I think that when you do that and you try to, like, not make truth claims,
Mhm.
that your characters' motivations get real muddy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And so I think this is a big, because we've been kind of slogging through a lot of stuff. Now look, this has been I haven't watched, we have an animated Star Wars we haven't watched. One of the Tales of
Oh,
thing
yeah,
that
yeah.
came out a couple weeks ago. We need to watch that at some point with the kids before they leave for camp again. But this has been a great year for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like this Andor, like what I've seen of Andor so far is phenomenal. My dad loved it, and usually that's a real good metric.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You're shaking the camera.
Well, it's not my fault that the camera's attached to the table.
It is. You're literally the person who did it.
Well, the dream is a camera that hangs from the ceiling, but
I mean, a dream to dream.
I tried, and it would get all flying like wonky, and like I was recording with it one time, and it like what do you do if you're live and your camera just goes wonky and it's attached to fishing line? You just end the stream and call it a night. Or you till
that's an option too.
Tales of the Underworld. Thank you, Nick. I couldn't think of what the name of it was. I was really excited about it, and I kind of forgot it came out, and I'm not sure how I missed it.
I totally missed it.
But it does look fantastic. Couple of really interesting stories there with Ventress and Cad Bane. Okay. So definitely want to go back.
I did see that.
Yeah, so definitely want to go back and watch that. But like, I've heard nothing but good things about that. Skeleton Crew, like
amazing.
Like, so as of right now, I'd only seen Andor season 1 when last time I ranked the Star Wars shows, so I was not considering Andor season 2. I loved a lot of things about Andor season 1. I need to go back. I've had a couple of people say go back and rewatch it now with the benefit of having seen it through, and maybe and so I need to do that and see if I enjoy it more, knowing where it's going. But like, I think that we're not talking enough about how good of a year for Star Wars this has been.
Yeah.
Like, now I still say that the real sweet spot, like Tony Gilroy doing a phenomenal job with Andor. Like, the production value on this Star Wars, head and shoulders above everything else, including Skeleton Crew. And I love Skeleton Crew, and I thought the production on Skeleton Crew was like top notch. But this is like award-winning kind of stuff they're doing with Andor.
Yeah.
I still say the real sweet spot is where Tony Gilroy and Gareth Edwards intersect.
Yeah.
That's what gave us Rogue One.
Yeah.
Because I think Gareth Edwards knows Star Wars, knows is way more into the ships and the aliens and bringing that stuff in. And I think if Tony Gilroy could make it and not put any aliens in it, he would do that.
Yeah. Minimal aliens.
I agree, Nick. Nick says another issue that he has with Lucasfilm is they keep releasing animation and live action at the same time, and people don't have that much bandwidth and stuff gets missed. Absolutely. It tells me that they think it's two different audiences. And I think with Andor and this Tales of the Underworld, maybe it is two different. Well, I think that one of them's suitable for kids, the other one not as much. At least young kids. But then there's a lot of us that want to watch all the Star Wars things, and it's easy to miss it when you've got multiple shows at one time. That is a bit much.
Yeah. So this is an interesting observation I really thought about, but man, I don't know when the last time was that I heard something about a Star Wars book.
The last thing I heard about a Star Wars book was when I sort of celebrated that the High Republic had come to a close. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I think that the fan base has checked out. I mean, we haven't even let Timothy Zahn write a new book in a few years now.
Yeah.
Has Timothy Zahn written a new book since before COVID? I don't remember when the last one came out.
I mean, there are like 6.
He wrote 6
Thrawn books. Yeah.
Yeah. Of the new Thrawn books.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if he comes this year, I've got 2 of them I need to get signed.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, okay. So the Tales of the Underworld is a little more, he said, of a mature show as well. And Gannon also recommends going back and watching um Andor season 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Andor season 1, I watched and I tried, and it just was a slog for me until I got to maybe episode 7 or 8. And then
Yeah.
it really took off, and I really loved it beyond that. It's some of
Yeah.
the best stuff they've made in years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that, yeah, see, this is 3 episodes of Andor and 6 Tales of Underworld in 1 week. Like, why? Why on earth would you? It's been months since we had another Star Wars show.
Yeah.
Why would you drop them both at the same time? It's too much.
Yeah, Zahn has been digging back into some of his original stuff. I'm really curious. He's almost always at Dragon Con, so I'm
Mhm.
kind of curious to hear from him, because he's
Mhm.
usually pretty open
Yeah.
about
I
what
mean,
he's
the thing
working
is,
on, as much as he can be.
it's not a huge platform. It's not like it's San Diego Comic Con and it's going to get picked up. Whatever he says is going to get picked up by every new nerd source in the world.
Yeah.
So
Um, let's see. So who's this? Gannon says, when Dave Filoni started retconning books and comics, and Tony Gilroy came out and full stop shot down the Cassian and K2 comic as canon, I knew it was a big drop off point for publishing.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's been, they've had a really hard time deciding what they want publishing to be.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been wise to have moved, and they tried. I mean, I'll give it to them. They did try with the High Republic to move publishing away from TV and movies.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're talking about, like, now we're going to see those things like in TV and movies. And so what you do is you basically are giving
Mm-hmm.
someone, whether it be a Dave Filoni or someone else, the ability to come in and say, well, I kind of like this story, but we're going to axe this part of it.
Yeah.
And I think, they tried to tell us for a long time, and I think they wanted it to be that
Mm-hmm.
everything was canon, but really books and comics are canon until they're not.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But for the part of me, like, for the people that get upset about that, I'm like, I have shelves and shelves and shelves of books that are no longer canon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
or whatever, I know some people insist they never were. And but that was kind of the way we lived with Star Wars in the expanded universe. We knew that George could and would retcon them anytime he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So they were canon until they weren't.
Yeah.
My problem is I
Mm-hmm.
would read the books even if I knew they could get axed out of the
Yeah.
canon
If they were good.
if they were good.
Yeah.
Now,
I
to be
think
fair, I haven't read all I'm not a big comic book reader. So there's a lot of comics I haven't read.
Mm-hmm.
And so that I've heard some of the comics are good. All I can tell you for sure is that the books have really been in a tailspin for like 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah, I do think you're probably right, Nick. They seem to be interested in doing more with Thrawn in live. And in fact, I think that may have been what he said.
Well, no, that's why that's why the last 3 Thrawn books were prequels, because he needed to take Thrawn to an era where he could still do his own thing. And the one that gets me though is Michael Stackpole has basically been begging to come back and make a Star Wars book. If you don't recall that name, that's the guy that wrote the X-Wing books. So, you've got a very, very good writer. Wrote I, Jedi, one of my absolute favorite Star Wars books ever. That's practically begged to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So, okay. So Gannon asked for our thoughts here. He says, my biggest issue was Lucasfilm's excuse of pretend these are fireside stories being told from different perspectives, where you can't truly tell what's canon. Sounds like a lazy cop out. I agree completely with that statement. And I might even take it a little further and say it was just dishonest from the start.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just a cop out, it was pure dishonesty. When you've got, because what I noticed was about the same time they started saying things like this, you also had the story group saying, why is canon so important to you? And just dismissing people, completely outright dismissing people when they asked if something was canon. Like I remember Pablo Hidalgo once asking on his Twitter before he got angry and deleted it the first time that, you know, why do you care more about books that are canon than books that are? And I said, because one, I'm invested in this overall story, not just the little pieces. I'm invested in the grand story. So, like, it doesn't mean that I won't read or enjoy something that's not canon, but I have limited time to read and invest in that sort of thing. And so I'm more interested in investing in the ones that are canon.
Right.
And he lost it on me when I suggested that I was more interested because that was just, I had more time to read. And he said, well, what if there's really good books that are non-canon? So, well, then I'll read them. But like, if there's a really good book that's not canon and a okay book that's canon, I'm still going to read the okay book because I'm invested in the story.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate Leland Chi more and more because he has refused to,
Touch it.
to descend into the fray.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it all kind of became a bit of a mess. But so Nick set up here that they did do let's see, they did do some things in Tales of the Underworld that kind of fixes some continuity issues between the book and the Bad Batch. So I think that they're going to continue to try and like smooth those things out if they can.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think that specifically I lost his name. That guy.
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni, yeah. So I also start losing words when I get tired. I think
it's Dave right here.
Yes, I know. I was like, the heck? So I think specifically Dave Filoni doesn't want to be tied into, oh, but they said this in a book. You know, I think he's interested in telling the best story he can with the medium he's using.
Here's the thing. I think at the end of the day, the movies and TV shows are more important. Now, I'm gonna say, like, you need to keep TV shows and movies on the same plane. I don't need movies to start retconning TV shows.
Yep.
That happens, we've just like
just
totally gone off the rails.
Yes. Okay. So this is this is exactly how I feel, Nick. When the story group is responsible for keeping canon, not liking canon has the same energy as a gas station attendant not caring when you tell them the bathroom needs to be cleaned. It's like, then why are you here? I'm sorry. I thought your job was to keep track of this universe and make it all work. And then if you're telling me that it doesn't matter, then what the hell are they paying you to do?
I mean, obviously Pablo does some other things there, but like you're the story group, like you're the keepers of canon. Now ultimately I think that's Leland Chi's job more than it is the rest of their jobs, but you know, ultimately they don't say no. The only person that I'm aware of saying no at any point that doesn't work has been Filoni and Whitwer when he's been allowed to interject.
Yeah. He was just not afraid to have opinions, it seems.
No, he will flat tell, you know, Dave if something's not working.
I would really love to see him like have a big live action Star
Wars. I want
role.
like a reel, like a
not a cameo,
like a face roll.
Yes.
Like, let's not put him in so much makeup we don't know who he is, or like he deserves a real role. It's kind of like how oh, what's her name from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Quake, Chloe Bennett.
Yes.
Chloe Bennett has she should have shown up in Endgame. She just should have. Like she earned it.
They should say no.
Yes, the Acolyte, again, it says the Acolyte proved to us that they rarely say no. Yeah, 100%. The Acolyte just needs to like disappear. Like I would be okay with that never being mentioned in canon again, especially now since they're doing this weird backpedal thing where they're saying, well, they never specifically said that the Stranger was a, or whatever his name was. They called him the Stranger for most of it, was a Sith. You know, they're kind of doing this backpedaling thing now, like they want to make him something else, and it's like no, he's, you know, if he wasn't a Sith, then what the heck was Plagueis doing creeping around the rocks? I don't know why Plagueis was creeping around the rocks anyway, but he must have been back there skinny dipping, and he just wanted to make sure everybody left before he got out.
Yeah, we can pretend she was there in Age of Ultron. Seems like a good plan. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd take Willow back over the Acolyte.
100%. And I didn't like Willow, but Willow was way better than the Acolyte. I know a lot of people have been saying that Ironheart's the worst thing Disney Plus has ever made, and while in viewership numbers that may be true, the Acolyte was just abysmal.
So bad.
But Willow was one of those weird ones that actually got better as it neared its end, and by the end of it I was like, maybe they can fix this in a season 2, and they were like, it doesn't exist anymore. Like, okay,
whatever. I was so excited about that show, man.
I think the most disappointing thing for me, we never got a chance to watch it with the kids before it disappeared forever.
Yeah, it's it was something.
Yeah. So we haven't talked very much actual Andor.
Yeah, we've talked Star Wars. We've talked around Andor a lot.
But I mean, there's like, we're going to do a big review when it's all over with. But I love this arc. Now, if we're saying these 3 episodes are a first, second, and third act story, and I think they work that way. But the third act didn't quite have the intensity.
Yeah.
That I would have liked for it to. I think that's my only complaint about this. There are times where it's slow, but it's way more thoughtful storytelling, and it's rare to get something in Star Wars that's this character driven. And I'm really enjoying just spending time getting to know these characters.
And Big's got to blow up that son of a bitch.
Well, so let's talk about that. Like, let's just make that our kind of point for this this review. So overall, did you like the arc?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You like first arc or second arc better?
I mean, I think I really liked kind of all the drama surrounding the wedding. I think that's just, there's a reason that the whole arranged marriage thing is always pulled up as a trope, is because it makes for interesting dynamics. So yeah. I think I may have preferred the first arc a little bit, but I
guarantee you, Nick, that I guarantee there's people that own bootleg copies of this show. And the thing is like, I do feel bad for people, even though I didn't particularly enjoy the show. There were people that really loved that show, and it's just gone. Like, to me, that's one of the scary things about the streaming platform, is that these things can just go away and you never see them again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unless you want to pirate it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, like, I think all you're doing is encouraging pirating.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. But so how about you? Which arc did you prefer?
So there's things I really like and dislike about both.
Okay.
I think the second arc overall is stronger. I think the first one had a better close out to the arc. A little more what I want in a finale, kind of, even though it's not a true finale. It's meant to be, because we're doing 1 year skips after each. But yeah, there's just so many interesting personal dynamics in play here. So I really, really enjoyed it. I think the show got even better through the second arc as far as what it's doing with the characters. But like I said, let's talk about well, a couple things. What do you think is going to happen? Because we don't know. I know we got people in the chat here that have seen it all, and people that will watch this that are going to be like, going to wonder why we're talking about this, this long after the show came out. But we're just now watching it. What do you think is going to happen with Cyril?
Oh.
Cyril's starting to have some problems with the way this is working.
Yeah. I don't think he's shaping up to be very happy about the whole arrangement.
But he's realizing that he's just being used.
Yeah. And he takes himself so seriously. So seriously.
Right. So, I mean, that's the story of things like this, of wars and rebellions, is the people that start off on one side and they meet their breaking point.
Yeah.
And is that the story we're getting with Cyril? Are we going to find what Cyril's breaking point is?
I mean, it's definitely seems to be the direction they seem to be pushing him.
No cereal cornflake spoilers for you. Thank you. Let's see. So what did you think about, you don't have any thoughts on Cyril? Any more thoughts on Cyril?
I mean,
I don't know. It's just like I'm seeing the character seems to be experiencing a shift.
Yeah, and it's a little ambiguous as to whether he's coming down with a case of
it's sending him in
conscience.
It's sending him in undercover to actually get to know the people that are being wronged.
Yeah,
gonna backfire.
I feel like they're kind of it's a little unclear whether he's clearly like becoming disenchanted with the whole thing. But is he disenchanted personally because he feels like he's not, I mean, he clearly doesn't feel like he's being given the respect he deserves.
Or is his faith as a true believer being shaken?
Right.
Or are people that he's gotten to know and seeing what's about to happen to them going to shake his foundation?
Yeah. Ah, it's wild. Where it is, it's wild. All right.
So we started arc 3. Hopefully we'll finish that this weekend and talk about it before the weekend's over. So we'll definitely be doing that. The ending. So I love the ending.
Yes.
And now what I love about the ending is you can look at it as Luthen having a soft spot. And I don't think that's even it.
Yeah.
I don't know if Luthen's got any soft spots left.
No, I don't think he does.
But he needs Bix functional. And he needs Cassian back on board.
Yep.
Because as long as Bix is suffering, he's going to have a hard time being fully on board.
Yeah.
So Bix is having these, nightmares. She's being haunted by this incident.
Yeah.
And he sends them to, take the doctor out that caused the problem. And I love the smile on her face.
Oh, exactly. She's all
right. She hasn't smiled.
No. And I think we finally get to see her, really like it. She's finally got some vindication.
We're being teased here in the chat. Episode 8. Well, that's our next one.
Okay.
You're gonna watch episode 8 before you go to bed tonight? All right. Is there anything else about these episodes? I mean, I'm just getting to I'm liking the characters. Like Luthen was always an awesome character, but like the getting to know the other characters. The scene with poor Lonnie.
Poor Lonnie.
What's her name? What's the girl's name?
Dedra?
No, the one that works with Luthen.
Oh, Clea?
Yeah.
And
she's trying to get that listening device out of that piece of artwork, and making Lonnie stand there and run interference.
I really like. I'm convinced that Lonnie ends up so dead by the end of this.
Only Krennic. Krennic in that episode so good. But the only thing is like the only thing, and part of me's like, it's fine. It wasn't a good place for him to show up, but like we're touring the art gallery and like, where is Thrawn? Like, to hear Thrawn monologue about some of this art.
The thing is, I think that, I wonder if somebody was like, wrote it for Thrawn and they were like, she never gets that past Thrawn. She, like, Krennic is just kind of a blundering,
True.
He's just kind of a blowhard. Thrawn knows exactly what's happening as soon as he sees her. So I kind of wonder if somebody didn't write that for Thrawn and somebody was like, no, no, you can't do that.
Nick says he's watching this. I've seen the Kenobi React channel. It's a very funny channel. Now I am going to say, Nick, Gannon's down here teasing me that I'm not even to the good stuff yet. That we've got the best is yet to come. So I am looking forward to that. Nick, if you thought that if the first season just like, I don't know if you were the same boat as I was, where the first season just took too long to engage for you. Mm-hmm. Like, this season hadn't been that way for me. This season, if you know, now granted, the politics of Star Wars is not going to be something everybody's going to enjoy, but
okay, but I'm the person who like watches all the Senate meetings and the extended. I was like, oh man, we could have gotten more politics in episode 3.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, all that is canon. It's like all part of the story. Because I'm a nerd.
Yeah. But I'm really loving it. I'm loving it. I'm having a little bit of trouble, especially since we jumped into episode 7, in keeping up with. I hate reviewing multiple episodes at a time, but it's just kind of where we're at with this. So without, maybe I should take notes when we watch, but I hate taking notes because then I feel like I'm missing stuff.
Yeah.
But especially in a show like this. But I'm really just liking all the characters. Man, we're really seeing the madness in Forrest Whitaker's character.
Oh, geez, Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera.
We actually get some interesting kind of like, okay.
So we finally get some insight into the character.
They got some substance abuse going on.
Yeah, but we also get some insight into like listen. We finally get to like listen to Saw like dialogue a little bit, because we haven't gotten a tremendous amount of like who the character really is, at least beyond where we first meet him back in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. He's mostly just like that. We saw him for a minute in Rebels, right? Rebels? No.
Clone Wars.
Right. We saw him in Clone Wars, but we saw him again in an animated series.
So we might have seen him in Rebels. I can't. It would make sense.
Yeah,
I mean, like, we've got a lot of our Rebel stuff is all happening during this same time period as this season, and so we probably saw him at some point in Rebels, but he's also popped up in things like oh gosh, what was the video game that came out with Cal Kestis?
Rebels season 3 and 4. Yes.
Yeah. So he's popped up a lot, but I feel like
we generally don't get a whole lot from him. He's usually just kind of
we get stuff and we get him make some big bold proclamations, but to the like getting a moment of listening to him dialogue in this episode was a little different than what I feel like we've gotten from him.
And he does such a good job with that
Forrest Whitaker's got such a great voice.
Yeah. Such a good, I'm glad that they brought back some Krennic, that they bringing back some more Saw Gerrera, because like, we want to see Bad Batch. Yeah, I think that was the one I had an image of seeing was from Bad Batch. But yeah, we've seen him a few times, but yeah, we definitely got to hear a little more of where he's coming from, and he is crazy.
Yeah,
like like some of these people getting disenchanted with Luthen, and then there's Saw Gerrera, who makes Luthen look like the sanest person ever.
Right. And I think that's the interesting thing to me, is watching everybody playing their parts here. Mon Mothma, like we talked about it on the last episode, she's so good in this role.
I just am just endlessly excited to see an actor that didn't make it into the prequel, didn't make it into the theatrical cut for the prequels, come back to that character, 20 years later.
Yeah,
That's so
Nick
cool.
said in Rebels he calls Mon Mothma out over hologram in front of the whole rebellion. Yeah.
That's right, he does.
Yeah, he's crazy. Like he's just willing to do. There's no line for him.
No, clearly, considering how he ends.
Right. Where Luthen will go a long ways, but presumably the man still got a line somewhere.
Yeah.
Like there's at least some level of thought behind what how he handles things.
Yeah.
And then Mon Mothma is the more moral.
She's the paragon
maker. Yeah.
Basically. And she needs to be.
Well, somebody has to be.
Somebody has to, but the thing is, in order for there to be a paragon of virtue, somebody has to be doing the dirty work behind the scenes. Yeah, that's how politics works.
I think that's the story, and I think that's the interesting thing is someone has to be, the picture, the face of the rebellion, which is what she becomes. She can only be the face of the rebellion, and then the galaxy, the Empire's always going to see them as the villain, as the terrorist. But they don't need the Empire to see them as the heroes, but they need the people, the undecideds sitting on the fence in the galaxy to see them as heroes. And without without either the Empire doing something really heinous to a group of people, or without someone like Mon Mothma being the face of the rebellion, then they fizzle out and die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the thing is, I think
I am looking forward to seeing her embrace that.
Yes. I think that they've made it clear that the Empire can do heinous things to people, but as long as it's far enough away, everybody else is just happy to sweep it under the rug and keep moving.
Yeah, well, so what you see, and I think this is what's going on with Cyril and maybe even Dedra to a point with the stuff on Gorman, is they're like, it's this getting the picture of everyone in the Empire is not evil. Some of them just like, this is the government now, and this is my role in it, and I'm a believer in this, because we're going to keep order in the galaxy.
Right, yeah.
And until they see the Empire do something truly heinous, then they're fine doing their job. But they're talking about they're going to now have to relocate these people.
Right.
And even Dedra's kind of like, how are we doing all this now? Like, because she's actually like considering like we actually need to move these people.
Right. And I mean, I think the most insightful thing that we have heard her say, or the thing that gives us the most insight into her, is the statement that I was raised in an Imperial Kinderblock.
I will say, I really didn't like that character in season 1. I really am like, the character has really, really come into their own and become way better than I thought that character could be.
Yeah.
Like,
and so
I'm
now
actually
you're
invested in that character now.
Oh, you were raised in a Nazi brainwash camp. Of course.
Yeah.
This is how you view the world, or the galaxy, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going places. I think we should wrap it up and go see where it goes.
So we can wrap it up there. Obviously, that's not a super detailed review of the episode, but again, it's kind of hard to come in cold and review multiple episodes. But we will keep doing this. But when we're done, we'll kind of sit down and do a full review. I may even kind of rewatch some of it before we do. And to those of y'all still in the chat, we'd love to have y'all join us live when we
speaking of books and canon, the Andor prequel book that came out while Andor was airing broke canon with Andor.
I didn't realize there was a book, but now I won't read it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, so growing up, I've talked about this a lot of times. I read a lot, read at least a book a week for from the time I was 9 until I graduated from high school. And I still read probably at least a book every 2 or 3 weeks in college. I read every Star Wars book that came out from the very first one. I mean, at the same time I was getting into The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, I got those Timothy Zahn books, Heir to the Empire, read those, fell in love with Star Wars in a way that I hadn't fallen in love with it yet. Heavily invested in the books, read everything that came out.
Yes, did it in Rev 5 book club.
And
Heir to the Empire.
And I love reading those books. And I honestly just don't even know what comes out anymore. I mean, we used to discuss what was coming out here on the show. I used to watch Celebrate to see what was announced at Celebration. And honestly, I just have a real hard time caring anymore. I mean, I'm enjoying way more going back and reading things that I enjoyed 20 years ago. Than I am reading a lot of new stuff right now. And that's unfortunate, but it's where that is. Any final thoughts before we wrap up for the night?
It's been a good year for Star Wars.
Yes.
So if only, maybe they'll actually make this movie they're talking about, but I don't honestly, now they're like, oh, we're making this movie. And I'm like, bullshit.
I got some, I'm feeling pretty good about Starfighter. One, given who's making it, I think he's going to run with it pretty fast. And the fact that we already have some cast. Because this is new cast. This isn't continuation of anything where we just expect characters to show back up. Let's see.
But I think you're right, Nick, because they said, whenever, what's his name? Father-in-law came in, he's like, well, you have a 13-year-old daughter, I have a 14-year-old son. So I think she's probably about 14, based on, but I didn't know there was a book that dealt with this. I'm curious now. I'll have to look at it.
But they do indicate in the movie that she's somewhere around in the series that she's somewhere around 14. Nick says Starfighter's already in production. I think that one is already off and running.
Okay, great. I'll watch it.
So
can we look at theatrical release?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, they're still maintaining that they will only do movies
in the theater.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Which is, I think that's preferable.
As it should be.
But anyway, thank you to Ubaldo, Nick, Patrick, and Nicole for hanging out with us tonight in the chat. And I think there might have been a couple of other lurkers based on the numbers I saw up there, but thank you for joining us too. If you're watching this later, so I've started dropping individual segments here, and obviously I'm dropping this at the end of the show, but we love to have you here in the live chat, but we are trying to give you things in more subject oriented, topic oriented, smaller pieces instead of sitting through an hour and a half live stream if you don't have time for that, because I do understand that. And so we started that this week. Y'all help me out, hit those like buttons, share, subscribe. The biggest thing you can do to help us right now is just share our stuff.
Go like us on Facebook.
Like buttons. So if you're on Facebook and you go find the Science Fictionary page, you cannot go live on Facebook anymore unless you have 100 subscribers.
It's true.
I have 88.
So close.
So we were making good headway over on Facebook. We had just started. We were making good headway, and they changed the rule, and all of a sudden I couldn't go live over there anymore. So yeah, if you can give us, we need 12 follows on Facebook to start going live over there again.
It's true.
I really want to grow this thing. We're really trying to get this thing going. Lots of content coming. We're probably not going to talk about it. We were going to talk about this, but some stuff with some shorts. So if you have been following the channel for a long time, you'll probably remember our pillars of sci-fi, pillars of science fiction, pillars of fantasy shows that we did. I know Nick does because he participated and actually came on the show and gave his own list at the end of the show. And I'll actually be talking to Nick about maybe getting involved with some of these shorts that we're going to do. But we're going to go back through those lists and give item by item its own little short video. Like 3 minutes. We talked about like 3 to 5 minutes max. And then some actual like 60-second shorts for each one to try to help grow the channel, because I've been doing this for quite a while now, and I've never really put enough effort in it to actually grow this thing. And that's where I'm at now. I want to grow it. I'm coming back after basically taking a year off, so it's a little slow, but I've got a lot of things I'm working on happening. David, if you're watching this, like, I need to get you back over here. Like, I need David back. And Daniel, you too, man. Come on, come back.
Okay.
And you can even come to town, and I've got bourbon. Like, you can come to town. I'll give you bourbon.
Okay, so in David's defense, we generally don't tell him whenever we're going live these days.
Well, yeah. So David,
he went and got decided to be a grown up and get married.
About the time that we took off for a year, David also got married, and like I didn't want to pester him about doing live. So for a while, he didn't even have internet.
Yeah.
We are gonna do the audio show still. I really need David to come back to make the audio show work. There are people that, have asked about the audio show coming back. Like, I know there's people, I'm focused on YouTube because I think that's where the growth's going to happen, but I do still love doing the audio show. So it's not going anywhere. Now, if you haven't seen, or you can't see it, but if you haven't listened to the Pillars of Sci-Fi episodes, you can find those on any of your, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
You could probably link them in this.
Well, they're also on the YouTube channel. They're audio only, but they are here. All of the Pillars of Sci-Fi and all of the Pillars of Fantasy episodes are here on the YouTube channel. If you want to watch those, still some of my absolute favorite things that I've done as part of the show.
Nick would love to do another one. We should do that.
Yeah, we
actually talked about
we did another one.
A couple. Did we do another one? We didn't release?
No, we released it, but we just never. We did
Action Adventure.
We might have done Action Adventure.
I think David pitched Pillars of apocryphal, like, no, not apocryphal, like y'all, my words are gone into the world.
Nick, we did a Pillars of Adventure.
Yes.
That one feels a little less complete than the others. Maybe we had lost Daniel by that point. And maybe it felt a little less complete.
Maybe.
But yeah, got stuff coming, and my brother doesn't know it, but I'm going to start harassing him again about coming back.
How did he finally had his baby?
Well, he's had a baby now too, but like, I was worried about asking him about coming back, because I was like, well, now he's never going to have time. And I actually was talking to him, and he's like, well, actually, my schedule is way more reasonable now because we don't go anywhere. And I was like, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
So like, maybe Robbie will come back. We talked about Robbie coming back for some short stuff. And also, what is the name of the new Star Wars game? Is it 0 Hour?
I don't
know. No. New Star Wars video game 2026. Zero Company.
Okay.
So I know good and well that Gannon has to be itching to play Zero Company, made by one of the best strategy. I mean, they're obviously not Firaxis, but this is all the guys from Firaxis. These are the people that made the absolute best strategy games ever made. And they're making a Star Wars strategy game.
That's pretty cool.
And I am stoked about that. I cannot wait. So yeah, I would love to actually talk about that with Gannon, and I know Robbie's really itching to play that, so maybe Robbie will come talk too. But we're gonna get out of here for the night. You have any last thought before we wrap up?
Good night.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us in the chat. As I said before, share this, like, subscribe, all the things. Those are the things that you can do to help us the most. Until next time, y'all, may the force be with you.